I hate eye creams.
Am I crazy? Kind of looks a little better.
You know that I have a vendetta against eye creams.
Am I tripping or does it look just a little bit less puffy?
We don't like eye creams here. I hate eye creams. I think that they are overpriced crap. If it looks and sounds like I just woke up, it's because I did, because I want to see how baggy my under eyes are to see if this will fix it. Yes, Cassandra Bankson is trying The Ordinary's new multi-peptide eye serum, and boy do I have thoughts. Also, if you didn't know, these are my pajamas. I literally have two forms of pajamas. I either look like a nice dainty little daffodil, or I look like a fuzzy amoeba in my comfy sweatshirt with the big marsupial pouch that, yes, can fit an iPad. There is no in between. Well, I woke up today and I wanted to look at my under eyes, specifically without the fancy lights, to show you what is going on. And then I wanted to talk about this new product that I got from The Ordinary that is being sold for 21 doll hairs that seems to be an elevated version of their existing caffeine serum eye cream. Now, you know how I feel about eye creams. They are formulas that brands put in tiny little bottles and charge you extra for. And I will say, this is only half of a fluid ounce, and for $21, you can get some of The Ordinary's other products. Look at this. You can get many other Ordinary products for a much bigger size, much less price. So if you were to get the eye serum in the same size as one of their regular serums, you'd actually be paying like $42 for this. But let's look at the ingredients, let's look at the reviews online, and let's actually try and test this out on my eyes to see, is it any good? Now, of course, I want to know what it's gonna do. Is it gonna help me with my under eye bags and puffiness? Is it going to help with dark circles and purpleness? Or heck, I'm a growing lady, growing like a bean sprout. Am I gonna get wrinkles around my eyes? Is this going to help with it? Let's see if there's anything in here that tells us and helps us find out. So when we open this up, again, $21 for half a fluid ounce, and it says it's a multi-technology peptide formula for the eye area. So based on science, and because you're a skintellectual, you know that peptides are what make up proteins, right? They're a bunch of amino acids that are strung together, and they can be hydrating, but some of them can be anti-inflammatory or wound healing, or in this case, maybe potentially help with under eye wrinkles or puffiness or color. This product does claim that it's fragrance-free. It says use after cleansing, essentially. They claim that there are 4 peptide technologies: acetylglucosamine and caffeine. And we know that caffeine is a vasoconstrictor, so it sounds like this is probably going to help with either puffiness or color. Off the bat, I don't see anything in here that really looks amazing for any anti-wrinkle. Now, when we turn and learn those ingredients, this is where things get interesting. We see water, we see glycerin, we see butylene glycol, propanediol, dipropylene glycol. All of these are very basic ingredients that you actually find in a lot of moisturizers as well as a lot of serums. And this actually gets me thinking, this is a multi-peptide eye serum. Does this have anything to do with their multi-peptide hair serum? Do you remember when they launched that? This right here is the multi-peptide serum for hair density from The Ordinary, and this is actually a much larger bottle. This one is 2 fluid ounces, so literally 4 of these. This was meant to help with hair density. I probably just didn't use it enough, and I have been using my little eye restore helmet, so I've been quite happy. But I wonder if this is something that they saw success with, which is why they decided to launch this. I'd actually love to compare both of these ingredients. Ooh, this is very similar. When we look at the basic ingredients, water, propanediol, butylene glycol, glycerin, caffeine, the base of both of these products are very, very similar, but one is for your scalp and one is for them eyeballs. This is very interesting. Well, back to the eye serum, we do have acetylglucosamine. This is really interesting. This is an amino acid, but it can be slightly exfoliating as well as hydrating. Now, the claims that I've seen about exfoliation are not something that is going to make your skin peel. And on first thought, you might be like, why are you going to exfoliate your eye area? Doesn't that sound like a terrible, terrible idea? Yes, if it's intense enough. But this tells me that there's probably a small amount, and it's probably being used as a hydrator inside of this formula. Now, sometimes sugary molecules like this amino acid can be sticky, but overall, I don't think this is going to be overly exfoliating, and hopefully this is going to help with just brightening the under eye area. What's also very peculiar about this is that it has niacinamide in it. We know niacinamide is our vitamin B3, and it helps with oil regulation, etc. It can help a little bit with like redness in skin, but I normally think of niacinamide as an oil regulation ingredient or something you use for large pores. And sometimes niacinamide gets a little chalky. The Ordinary's niacinamide specifically has a tendency to get chalky if you mix it with other things. So I actually wonder, like, is this gonna be super smooth or is this gonna be like chalky and tacky when it dries on the skin? This is when we get into some of our peptides, and peptides can be confusing. A lot of them, like palmityl tripeptide 38, are actually referencing the structure of the molecule. So let's break down each of the 4 peptides inside of this formula and talk about what each one does. The very first peptide listed in here is quite interesting. We've got palmityl tripeptide 38. That is the same as Matrixyl. And if you've ever heard the name Matrixyl before, you might be like, huh, why does that sound familiar? Well, The Ordinary has a peptide serum for the face that has this exact peptide, Matrixyl, in it. Now, Matrixyl is known as an anti-wrinkle peptide. It's been shown to be helpful for things like crow's feet. It's also been shown to help increase collagen production and hyaluronic acid production inside of the skin, basically by stimulating the little cells that create both collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid, which are called fibroblasts. You've probably seen this in our videos if you've watched a lot of them. These fibroblast cells are super important, and the fact that Matrixyl has been shown to help stimulate them can lead to positive changes in the skin, such as collagen production, basically making the dermis a little bit thicker and stronger, and also helping your skin naturally produce more of the good stuff. Now, how much is in here and how well is that doing it? I don't know. That's why we're gonna try it. I'm gonna put it on my eyeballs so that you don't have to. We're gonna see if it's worth the $21. But it is very interesting to see that they have it in here, which is also what they have in their face serum. I want to see, is there Matrixyl inside of the hair one as well? Let me take a peek here. Ooh, no, they do have different, oh wait, don't let me speak too soon. They have other peptides in this hair serum, but it's not specifically Matrixyl. Interesting. Now the next peptide in here is acetyl tetrapeptide 5. This is also fascinating, specifically because of what some people claim it can do for under eye bags. Now this peptide is known to be firming. It's supposed to be smoothing and hydrating, but there was specifically one study where people used a high amount of this specific peptide, and 95% of them saw that their under eye bags, the actual puffiness, decreased within 60 days. That's only 2 months. That's a bold claim. So it's interesting that The Ordinary is including both Matrixyl and this acetyl, basically peptide blend, but they're actually listing them as the main ingredients. So this tells me that The Ordinary is basically purchasing these peptides from another company and then including them in their product as opposed to trying to create them from scratch. Most companies do this, but it is kind of fascinating to be able to look at this, look at other similar ingredients, and kind of decode where they might be getting some of their base ingredients from. Then we've got Matrixyl nanopeptide 3. This is also quite interesting because this peptide has been said to like mimic the effects of retinol, but without the irritation. I don't know if it's actually that good. Again, a lot of the claims and a lot of industry-funded studies have shown that this ingredient can increase collagen in the skin, so basically tightening or firming up any fine lines and wrinkles, apparently in this under eye area, if that's where we're applying this. I don't know how well that actually works. Again, it is a nanopeptide, nano meaning super small, so it is a much more tiny particle that could potentially penetrate deeper. But hey, in the best case scenario, this is like a non-irritating retinol that's eye safe, and in the worst case scenario, it's another good hydrating ingredient. If we continue along our ingredients list, we actually see some familiar names, specifically caffeine, an epigallocatogen gallate glucoside. If you remember, one of my favorite Ordinary products is the caffeine eye solution that has EGCG. This has caffeine and EGCG, so is this just an upgraded version of that? The caffeine and EGCG also had maltodextrin, so a little bit corn-like, and it got gummy on my bottle. So after the time period that I test this, I'd be interested to see if this gets gummy as well, because this does contain maltodextrin as well. But based on just the ingredients list, this $20 multi-peptide eye serum is starting to look like an upgraded, enhanced, anti-wrinkle, anti-puffy version of The Ordinary's original caffeine and EGCG serum. But we're gonna try it out. Any other notable ingredients in here? Nothing major that sticks out. I do see maltodextrin and hydroxyethyl cellulose. All of these can change the viscosity of the product, meaning this could get a little bit sticky or a little bit gummy on the bottle or on my skin, but we're gonna have to wait and find out. And something else that is kind of interesting in here is that we do have a small amount of glycolic acid. Now, a lot of people think of glycolic acid as exfoliating, and they're like, why would you exfoliate your under eye area? I agree. I might want to test the pH of this because if this has a shit ton of glycolic acid, we're just going to peel away our under eye skin and that could be very, very dangerous. But based on where it's at in the ingredient list and based on the fact that The Ordinary is saying that this is eye safe, I would assume that this glycolic acid is being used more as a pH stabilizer, basically changing the acidity of this product to make sure that it's shelf stable as opposed to being an exfoliating ingredient. Or because glycolic acid is one of the smallest AHA molecules, perhaps it's penetrating super deep and helping be kind of a carrier molecule, maybe binding to something else in this formula and bringing it into the skin deeper. Now, I don't know for sure, but we are gonna look at some ingredients on Sephora and we are going to try this out. So this is my first time trying it. Here's the moment of truth. Let's just do a little bloop.
This is the most important moment of my life.
It kind of smells like glycolic acid. It's probably glycerin that I'm smelling. It's very liquidy. It kind of looks like runny snot. And I'm actually only gonna do it on one side of my eye. And we're actually gonna track what happens over time. It's not doing anything crazy to my skin. Again, this is one of those serums that based on the ingredients, why not just put it on my other facial wrinkles? Why not just put it, you know, on my cheeks and on my forehead? The ingredients are telling me that this would work all over my face. So I'm just saying. While I'm letting this soak into my skin just to kind of see a first impression, let's look at some reviews of this product. It's getting 4 out of 5 stars, but the first review that I see says 2 out of 5 stars. Made my eyes water. The Ordinary multi-peptide serum made my eyes water. I was hoping I could use it, but I'm really sensitive. Didn't work for me, but might work for you. So far, my eyes are not watering. They're a little bit tacky, but not so bad. Not bad at all. Other people are saying 5 stars. It's a must have. One person gave it 4 stars, said they like the Ordinary brand and have tried many eye products. This was a nice surprise. The consistency was slightly watery. Yes, I definitely agree. It has no smell. I also disagree, but it, you know, depends on how, yeah, it's fragrance free. It just smells like glycolic acid and glycerin. Depends on how much skincare you smell on a regular basis. The next product is 3 out of 5 stars. Apparently this person got it for free in exchange for a review and says they honestly didn't really like or care for the product. It was pretty tacky and took a long time to not feel sticky. Ooh, somebody else says that it's a little bit on the sticky side. They've been using it for a few weeks. It works fine, but it does have a sticky feel to it. That's all the time I got for those reviews. It is a little sticky. You know what? This is this is a little tacky. Now, it could either play really well under makeup and moisturizer, or this could be a nightmare. I don't really know. But now that we are equipped with understanding what other people have said, we are equipped with our wonderful ingredients list, and we are ready to test half of our face with this product, I'm gonna give this a go for quite some time. I'm going to apply it routinely in my skincare routine, and we're going to see, is there a difference in the under eye bags, dark circles, or wrinkles on one of my under eye bags versus the other?
On first application of this product, I started questioning myself. I was like, oh my gosh, did The Ordinary actually create an eye cream that I like? There are a few out there that I do like, even though I will put them all over my face. But with this one, it is much more liquidy. It's more like an eye serum, and it's definitely something I haven't experienced before. So I've dabbed it onto one of my eyes and tried to wait to see if I saw a difference. And of course, skincare is usually 99% of the time not immediate. So no, there was no immediate results. But I said to myself, I'm going to give this a month or more, and we're going to see what happens. As I continued applying it, it would go on kind of tacky. I was afraid that the niacinamide was going to ball up or gum up under makeup. I didn't really wear a ton of makeup during this time, but I did wear sunscreen, and this did not pill, which I was so happy about. It's a little bit tacky, so if you're not wearing this with something else, it kind of feels a little sticky on the skin. But when I put other moisturizers or other things on after, it felt totally fine. Now here's the thing. About a week to a week and a half in, I was hoping that I would see a couple of changes either in the puffiness or in the wrinkles or color.
Am I crazy? Kind of looks a little better.
And here's the peculiar thing about the multi-peptide eye serum is that they literally say that it reduces the appearance of crow's feet, under eye wrinkles, eye bags, puffiness, and dark circles. Remember that those are 3 different things. Under eye wrinkles is very different than the color purple that might appear under the eyes, which is also very different than how puffy the under eyes are. But this claims to treat all 3. So I was looking at my eyes and I was like, are you working? And I was wearing my impatient little jeans, just kind of wondering what was happening. About 15 days in, I started to wonder if I was seeing a reduction in puffiness or not. When I would put it on, I tried to let it sit, and then I was like, Am I less puffy? I obviously took photos and videos to track my progress, and now when I'm looking back at them, maybe there was a little bit of reduction in puffiness, but in the moment, I couldn't really tell if there was. But nonetheless, I continued using it. Now, I am someone who doesn't struggle with a lot of dark under eye bags. If I do, it's normally purple and it's temporary when I just wake up or when I've had a really rough day.
Let's see if this erases my under eye dark circles.
But then it goes away with a good night of sleep. So for me, I wasn't really seeing a reduction in color, and I can't really say that the one eye that I applied this to is brighter than the other one. And with the wrinkles as well, I don't have a ton of wrinkles, but I do have tiny little crow's feet, and wrinkles are very difficult to treat, as anybody who has tried to treat them knows, and I just don't think that this would be better than my retinoid. But here's what's up. I actually took this with me overseas. I ended up going to a conference in Abu Dhabi, and when I brought this into my hotel room, I was actually pretty surprised at how the peptide serum kind of changed with the weather. In San Francisco, it's a little bit colder, a little bit more humid. In Abu Dhabi, it was hot. It was the desert. Like, it was dry. And I almost felt like this product became even more sticky, but I felt like when I applied it under a moisturizer, it did absorb better and it actually worked on those fine lines and wrinkles more. I mean, you tell me, do you see a difference? Maybe I'm, staring at myself all day and coming up with cockamamie things in my head, but when I was applying it in the desert weather along with a good moisturizer, really locking and sealing those peptides in, I was like, wow, is it just me, or are the fine lines, like the little tiny crow's feet and just the crepiness around my eyes, slightly reduced? Now here's the thing, I've got under eye bags and I know it. Those are apparent on me no matter what. And I've tried to do many things to get rid of them. My favorite are the under eye patches that act like little push-up bras, but I was kind of hoping that the serum would tighten the under eye area. Again, we naturally have these little fatty pockets underneath our eyes. And when people get, certain eye surgeries, they actually remove those. Well, there's no skincare product that's going to remove the fat pads from under your eyes. And you actually need them there, right? That's why some people get under eye filler to, remove the look of dark circles. For me, these under eye bags actually cause part of the dark circles. And looking at my dad and my mom, I think these are just genetic.
Do we see a difference?
So when I was hoping that these would tighten up my under eye bags, and endowing upon this $21 serum and my love for The Ordinary please work, I can't say that I was super impressed. Even by the time I got home from my international trip, I was looking in the mirror and I was just like, am I seeing a reduction in puffiness or not? At this point, it's been over a month. I know that you need to use these things for a month, if not multiple months, to really see a difference, but it's been 4 weeks. And if I'm going to start to see a difference, now is about the time. I don't know if I see a reduction in puffiness or not. Again, you cannot change eye anatomy with a skincare product, but is this helping to tighten and firm? I don't really know. For the anti-wrinkle benefits, when I'm using them in the humidity, then maybe. But overall, if I look at one side versus the other, I don't know if I do see a huge difference, even after I let it soak in for a few minutes. You tell me, do you see a difference? And I decided, instead of just relying on my own judgment when I stare at myself in the mirror every day, I'm actually going to ask someone else what they think.
I keep smearing this underneath one of my eyes every single day, and I'd love for you to tell me which eye you think I put it on today. Can you tell a difference? Listen, I was at dinner with Aya. She's our, not only a beautiful butterfly, but a team member who works with us seasonally. She's also an esthetician. She helps us answer skincare questions and build routines for people for free, just to help those out who are struggling with their skin. Well, she and I were having Korean dulsot bibimbap without the egg, which was delicious. And we were talking about what new skincare products we were using. And she told me that she was trying the multi-peptide eye cream. And I said, no way, I am too. What do you think of it? And she was like, I don't really know if it works. And I said to her, well, I'm wearing it right now, only one of my eyes. Can you tell which one it is? She said, this one. Is this the one that you said? Because I've been applying it to this one for the past month and a half, 2 months, and I did apply it to this eye this morning. She couldn't tell, and I don't know if I really can either. When I look in the mirror, I just don't know if it's working. And I understand these things take time to work. Maybe I need to use this for 3 or 6 months. I'm literally at the bottom of this bottle and I'm wondering, should I buy another one or not? I really did want to love this, even though it is one of The Ordinary's more expensive product based on the size and what you're getting. But I just feel like I didn't really see a difference in my eyes. Now, again, we spoke about this, but everyone's eyes are different, and there are different reasons that someone's eyes may be puffy or have dark circles or wrinkles. I really don't have the dark circles that a lot of people deal with. Mine is mainly the puffiness, and it's probably from a deviated septum here in the eye area where the fat pockets are pushing through my under eyes. Again, this is comparable to the original, but I just don't feel like I saw a big difference just like with the original. Now, I do love this all over my face. I feel like it's a nice serum. The one thing, however, that makes this different from the original is that not only does it have peptides and not only is it smaller, but I feel like it's stickier. As I've been using this, like, you know, when I wake up every morning, I'm kind of like, why is my under eye sticking to my moisturizer? And it's not the sticking of like, oh, this grips to your other skincare and holds like your sunscreen or your foundation on your face. This is no like, why is my under eye sticky? I don't know. I really wanted to love this. I don't know if I'm gonna buy another bottle. If I do, I'm probably gonna use it all over my face, but should I buy another bottle? Is this worth it? I mean, for the price, it's like, for per ounce, it's like 40 bucks. And again, this is why I always say eye creams are overpriced moisturizers. This is a face serum in my opinion. It's a good face serum, but for the eye area, maybe my eyes just aren't the type that work with this. I'm blaming myself again. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm blaming myself thinking that it's user error when I stand by eye creams are overpriced moisturizers. Should I rebuy this? I am going to wake the f up this morning. I'm going to rub skincare on my face that I actually like. And I think I'm gonna get this out of my routine and either use my moisturizer as my handy dandy eye cream, which has served me so well in the past, or try another eye cream. But this has kind of disappointed me, so I don't know if I really want to. What do you think? Should I continue? Should I not? Have you noticed a difference? Have you not? I want to hear your opinion because my experience has been lackluster, like a cluster of bunnies. Ah, it's spring. I love bunnies. Anyways, I love you as well. Always stay hydrated, both orally and topically. Reapply that SPF, which I'm going to apply SPF this morning. It's my time to put a little sunscreen on. And always be beautiful both inside and out. Me and my morning voice love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Have a great day, babies. Love you guys. Bye.